Yeah, man, we in some crazy times, man. Listen, you look at Ephesians chapter 6, 11 through 19, and it tell you what to do because you can get caught up in fighting against the wrong stuff, fighting against the wrong thing. And this one of the things I love about the Word of God. It tells us exactly what to do for the problem or the problems that man can have in this world. It says, verse 11 says, put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. What's the wiles of the devil? Well, it ain't that hard to figure out. It said, then 12 says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You tell me that ain't so. I'm going to say it again, what you're wrestling against, what the fight really is. It ain't flesh and blood. It's the principalities. Yeah, everybody want to be this thing or that thing. I'm this or I'm that. And people putting themselves in places with good titles and stuff and everything having a rule and this rule and that rule and that rule. And you can't do this and you can't do that. And it's always governed by this and by this. So that's what you're wrestling against. Against principalities, against powers. Oh, do I need to say anything about that? You're in some times now where if a man get put in a certain office, whatever, you can't stop him or block him because of the power that comes with these certain positions. But you ain't the man, it's the powers that he have that's the problem. Against rulers, watch this, against rulers of darkness of this world. Oh, you thought don't get it twisted about what the devil is. The devil is real as my hand, as real as your hand. This is what you're wrestling against. And watch this right here. Against spiritual wickedness in high places. This one shouldn't be hard to figure out either. Everybody trying to make one religion more than another religion, and they all calling it spiritual. And the devil using all of it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How many times you find out that so-called religious leaders supposed to be so spiritual and mighty, they're pulling the most wickedest stuff, and I started to say another good word, ever possible, ever known to man. So now God said, this is what you need to do about it. He said, at 13, he started to tell you what to do about it. And I do this. See, I walk this, I live this, so I know it's so. And I've been on this other side of both enough to know well what I'm saying. He said, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. And I stand. He said, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. You want to be a type of person that's truthful. Jesus is truth. God is truth. Having a breastplate of righteousness. Breastplate, they got to be what's before you. You want to be known to be as a righteous person. That's right there in front of you, that breastplate. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. When you come in, you ain't supposed to be a drama-filled person. And there is a gospel of peace. And that gospel of peace is what God said, what thus said the Lord. And then it says, above all, taking on the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Oh, yes. Young men and young women, they know about this well in these times. Man, listen, I ain't against y'all for nothing, man. Y'all in a time where y'all got more stuff coming against you than a little bit. All the time. And I ain't talking about self-inflicted. I'm talking about this stuff is not self-inflicted. They just living. And then it says, take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And keep on praying with supplication in the Spirit and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplications for all saints. We got to be a team on this right here. But yeah, that's That's not something I just talk. That's something I live. I live that.